Well, Paul, 2-2 draw keeps up our good record of not losing against sides above us in the table. What was your take on the game?
I thought it was an excellent game. I thought first half, we've been working the last 2 weeks on changing things at home especially. We implemented that at Fylde last week, where I think we're certainly looking to play more than go long. And I thought first half in particular we played some superb sort of one-touch, two-touch football and created plenty of opportunities and chances. Disappointed obviously the first time I think Solihull had got on our half. The balls fell kindly to him, but good finish from Osborne, who's got that quality. But to go back and right at the other end and get the equaliser was nothing more than we deserved. Having said that, we had the wind in the first half, not a big wind, but we had the wind. Second half, that wind turned massively into Solihull's favour because it really got...
Rather ruined the last 15 minutes.
Well, it was a bit longer than that. It was about 20-25 minutes of the second half, where Jamie's striking the ball and it's actually almost coming back into his face. So to then come back again from being 2-1 down, didn't defend a long throw, well enough, but then to come back, superb free kick from Kenny. And as I said, I think you can tell from the atmosphere around the ground after the game that everyone's enjoyed it. It was a very good non-league game against two decent sides in decent form. I think that's one defeat in 12 for us, which is good. Reading your programme notes, saying it was 1 in 11. So 1 in 12. We'll take that all day long. And like I said, I think if we keep playing the way we're playing the last 2 games, then our rewards will definitely come.
Had to make some changes again today with Aswad being injured and Charlie not available.
Yeah, it's just the way it goes sometimes.
Aswad's been so good as well.
Aswad's been close to being player of the season in my opinion, and he was superb against Fylde last week. But I've got to say, Bailey's, as he ever does for me, comes in wherever I ask him to play, and I thought he was excellent today. Doesn't give you the same panache going forward, but probably gives you more quality on the ball. And Charlie was unavailable this weekend for personal reasons, so hopefully we'll have him back in the camp, I think Wednesday or Thursday. He should be back with us. But it's more, I think we should talk about the players that were on the pitch. I thought young Brad Pearce has come in against a completely different style of play, which we knew he'd have Danny Wright to take care of, and Yusuf and Hilton. And I thought again, whilst we conceded 2 goals, I wouldn't put any of those down to him. And he looked very composed on the ball, which is nice to see, and he looked very comfortable at this level. And then, I've got to say, Brandon Asante Thomas is getting better, game by game. Really worked hard for the team, got him behind them well, and we're very happy with most of the performances. I mean, if
you're going to get Wayne Brown as well.
Yeah, listen, Wayne's got a bit unnoticed here by supporters, but he very rarely gives the ball away. We have asked him now to start chipping in, which he's started today, which is nice. But he's a very good player. Very lucky to have him. Bearing in mind he was in the Australian A-League last year, and I think as everyone knows, he's here virtually on nothing this year. And he was prepared to do that, to come back home and get his family back home. So we've benefited from that. But what you're looking at for your team is 7s and 8s in terms of personal performances, and I think we got that from everybody today. When we don't play well, perhaps like Ravenhead, we look directionless as well. We had players probably performing at 5s and 6s, and that's being kind. So we've worked really hard the last 2 weeks to get a style of play back into them, an identity, which I think is really important. And that identity started to shine through at Fylde, and certainly shone through today.
And terrific. I mean, we've always talked about the spirit, but coming back from behind twice against Fylde, coming back from behind twice this afternoon.
And Braintree.
And Braintree, yes.
It's the 3rd game on the trot now where we've had to come from behind twice, at Fylde twice here today. And we did it, obviously, with 2-0 down against Braintree. So, I said spirit and organisation and character is in there in abundance, but there was no little skill in there today as well. And, we will benefit, as I said, in the near future from getting results on the back of being as brave as we're being on the ball now, and also moving teams about, because Solihull haven't conceded in 8 games because they got a back four that's 6'6" plus right the way across, and they sit very deep, and they let their front 3 go and perform, and we had to get in between the lines of them today. So I thought the lads took on board what we asked them to do on Tuesday and Thursday for this particular game. But as you can tell, I think it can work against any team if you're prepared to be brave on the ball.
And 3 games now coming up in the space of 2 weeks against Bromley.
Yeah, so it's, what is it, the 15th, the 26th, yes, and the 1st, isn't it? So in between that we got
Halifax and Aldershot.
We got Halifax and Aldershot. So they've made 2 good signings. I saw that JJ Hooper signed for them yesterday, and they've also brought in Luke Coulson from Ebbsfleet for a fee. So you know, when you're able to do that, you know, it's adding quality to what they already have there. But you know, as I said, we're happy with the last two performances. You keep keep getting those points, and you end up seeing where you are probably more at Easter, which this year's April. And then you know if you can have a good push to stay up there, or if you're having a good push to stay where you are. So, you know, as I said, we're quite happy with this last couple of weeks, despite the injuries we've had, despite the knocks we've had. You know, and we've got Jonah coming back to us soon as well, and Bolly will be fit in a week or two. Dean Beck was just about to get fit for next week. So all of a sudden, you go from really having 14 fit players today to having a squad back of 17, 18, which we haven't had for a long time.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot, Paul. Okay.
Cheers, Tony.
Sorry, just one more thing. You were watching the game from the stand today. Do you get a different perspective from up there?
Yeah, it is a different perspective. I think that you're able to watch the game in a calmer sort of manner. You know, looking down and seeing runs that players are making, seeing runs that perhaps, you know, times that people aren't tracking people. That wasn't really the case today, but yeah, it's actually a good view to have. I can understand why the rugby, you know, union coaches will go higher and then do it all by comms, but you know, you still miss the feverness of the touchline. But no, it doesn't bother me really. It was, I think I've got another 2 left to do. And I quite enjoyed Dave Fairbrother and Bruce's company in some ways.
Brilliant. All right.
Cheers, Tom.